Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So somebody in the Community Hub just posted a question. The question was about this person's got an upcoming assessment with My Aged Care or a My Aged Care assessor. And their question was about what is the impact on the assessment when you've got an adult child living with you. So this is somebody who's probably in their 50s or 60s who's living with you. And that adult child is helping out around the house with the cleaning, maybe with the cooking. What's the impact of that when it comes to getting approved for home care services, be it CHSP or a home care package? Well, let me say this. What the assessor is looking for is a senior's ability to live independently and well in their home. So what they're doing is they're having a look at the environment, the home situation, as well as the support services around that individual. And they're making a holistic decision or a holistic report on that senior's well-being, both now and going into the future. And that's the important part, going into the future. So to the gentleman that put the question to the community group on an adult child living in the home who's currently doing a lot of the cooking and the cleaning, the question you need to ask yourself firstly in your preparation is the current situation, is it likely to change? Is it a moment in time? If it's not likely to change and it's going to be like that for indefinitely, then yes, it will impact your ability to get approved for support services. And the reason why is because the assessor is going to go into the home and going to say, elderly person, you don't have any challenges. You've got support mechanisms around you. You're absolutely fine. However, if you feel that the current situation is fluid, it's in flux, it's in a state of change, you don't know what's happening in the future, or there's a high chance that the future is going to change, and you don't feel secure in your current situation, it's not a permanent thing or a long-term thing, then that needs to be communicated to the assessor. So it's absolutely fine to have somebody living in your home, helping you out in that moment, but you need to be very clear to the assessor and simply say, I currently have my son, for example, living with me, who's currently helping with these tasks. However, that is likely to change. My son's life is in a state of flux, and the moment he leaves, which is highly likely, we are solely dependent on that person, or at least greatly dependent on that person for our own well-being, and we don't want to be that dependent on somebody. We want our own independence, and we want to be in control of our independence. And therefore, we need to get approved for X, Y, and Z in order for us to be independent. That's the message you want to communicate to the assessor if you feel your current situation isn't likely to be long-lasting. I hope that's useful. And I will finish by saying there are many people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s that do have an adult child living with them, or they live in their adult child's home, and they get approved for level 2s, level 3s, even level 4 home care packages. And the reason for that is because the adult child is also part of the assessment and clearly states to the assessor that they don't want to be a primary carer for their parent. They've got their own independent life, they've got their own responsibilities, and they can't be reliant on their parents' safety and well-being, and therefore do not want to be classified as the primary carer for their parent. That being the case, the relevant support services need to be in place so that adult child isn't the primary carer. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you find useful out of it. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments section below, and myself, my team, would be happy to answer them. Speak soon.